Zoom with fans. I don't know what should I call it, but that's what I'll call it. I live on the 50th floor, so sometimes doesn't matter how much money you have, your network cuts out. But I think it's the battery. I dropped the phone, so Ro, get in. You can see the it's on the description, the password. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I mean, I live in the tallest building in the Southern Hemisphere. So what's up, Spark? Get in here. I want to hear your it's not about me, it's about you guys. This is Zoom with fans. You guys need to tell me what you think. There's a game today. Let me get it. I might be eating. Odisha. Can Odisha, oh my God. Can Odisha get 9 points? Listen, fun fact, if they draw, they're on exactly the same points as Kerala Blasters. That's crazy, right? That is crazy. Password's on. Password is, show meaning. Password is this. One moment. I had like some awesome fans. Oh, okay. No worries, Laugh. Next time on the weekend, maybe. I had some awesome fans come and tell me, and guess what? Everyone says my fan base is like 90%, but Blasters, but actually the people that are talking to me were from the other places. Yeah, I sent it to you, no? Did I not send it to you? Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Verma. So I predict like for instance, I've seen Blasters play so well against most teams and not do well. But waiting 1 second. Admit. What's up, guys? I'm gonna cut up KP Dev. What's up, Dev? 2 devs. Sorry, guys. I do live in a very tall building. That takes 2 minutes, like 30 seconds to get to the 100th floor, but 30 seconds to get to the 100th floor, but sometimes the internet does cut out. Do I have some food? Does anybody want to talk to me about tonight's game? You'll be loving life, guys, knowing that I'm eating vegan tonight. Vegan. Okay. Does anyone want to talk about tonight's game? You will be going on the internet. You never know. You might. Dev, you're talking. Yes. Thank you very much. I love you. I love the fact that you like my videos. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to be the next. God, is that my connection again, boys? I'm going to go mad if it is. Can you hear me, guys? Ah, perfect. So, for instance, who was that? Zeno's in here. So I have a little advice for everyone that's young. Don't stay in the box. When you want to do something, you have to try to do the best you can for you. And that's all that matters. Not all the advice that people give you that are smart, that are really smart, is going to be the best advice for you. For me, if I was to stay in England, right, I would be behind unlimited amount of good qualified people. So I decided to put myself in a small pond, if you think about it that way, right? Because, everyone loves football in England. It's like playing cricket in India. and then going to like Zimbabwe to play cricket. Like you would literally be the best player in Zimbabwe, even if you don't play cricket. Kind of not hating. Yes, sir. Go ahead. You don't play cricket? Good. Play football. Anybody thinks, what if anybody think that anybody has any opinions on other teams or their own team? You can say it now. It's going to get, listen, I get like, go ahead. I like Ethan. Ethan was smart. You know why I like Ethan? I asked him what team he supports. He said he supports Goa. And then I said, do you think Goa can fuck it up? Oh, sorry, not do well. And he said, it's possible. That's a true fan. That is a true fan. Can you elaborate on the best team in the ISL, please? This is going out to quite a few people, right? Eventually. So explain to me, what do you think is the best about Kerala Blasters and what you like, please? Even in your language. If you have to speak your own language, if you don't speak English very well, you can say it. I'm sure everybody else will understand. Fox Network. So I think ISL sell it to Disney or Star, and they distribute it to Fox Network. It's the same network they hear Donald Trump talk about every day. so it's probably not the best network in the world, but yeah, and they have something called KO, and I don't always get this. I don't always get that game, but we could do a watch along one day where everybody in my Zoom can watch it, because I can share screen, right? If you guys can't watch certain games, we'll do a watch along, and I'm hoping to get people that want to show their face and have opinions. Because think about it this way: if your studies don't do well, people might pay you to have an opinion while I'm going to coach. Remember, I need people to take over this my channel when I'm going to do big coaching. I definitely need other people to be able to take over eventually. Okay, so does anybody think Odisha is going to win today against Chennai? You know Chennai? Let me see. VMAS says they can't convert the chances. The problem is they are playing against a team that's won one game. So Chennai, you're right. So the last games Chennai's played is... Did they play Odisha last? No. So so now it's a reverse fixture, right? I see. Okay, so let me. Okay, so let's go to the last Odisha game. Odisha, it was 0-0. Chennai had 58% possession. Odisha had 42% possession. And their accuracy passes, Chennai is 73, and Odisha actually didn't pass very well. It wasn't a very aggressive. You see, that's the thing I think ISL can improve on, the aggressiveness. 2 yellow cards for one team and 1 yellow card. You guys got to play like you hate each other. That's one honest. I notice if you want to What's up, Sandy? If you want to improve your football, if you play football at school or something, what you should do is you have to be more aggressive. So you have to be like feisty. No one really wants to be, trying to play up against you if you're willing to win the ball at almost any cost. You're willing to run back and not kick someone, but slow them down. When you run into space, you proper run into that space regardless of how fast you can run. You run with purpose. When you jump in the air, you jump with strength. Little things like this. Ronaldo is not the most skillful person in the world anymore. And he uses strength. He's not the fastest. He runs with purpose. So these are the things I think if you're young and you're Indian, I think you should do, right? And if you are aggressive, like I literally can turn youth teams good, like very good, like from bottom half to like competing for championships by turning up the aggression, by literally sticking them in a cage and forcing them to try to like, if they lose, they're doing, they're running around the pitch and they're not going to play for another 20 minutes. So what's up, Raj? How you doing? Good to see you. Okay, so one person says Chennai is going to do well. VMAS says Chennai is going to do well, so they can't finish. You know what? I've been really disappointed with Chennai because I've looked at Chennai and I've looked at how they play football in the past, and they were really good. And when I see them now, I'm like, them and Bangalore, they're quite slow. It's like old kind of football, very ploddy, very slow, not really engaging to like attack with all numbers. So does anyone think Odisha is going to win and be on the same points as Kerala Blasters? You don't think so, yeah? So everybody thinks Odisha is going to lose. That's good for Kerala. Does anyone think SC East Bengal, and if you really love the SC before East Bengal, you should really email Google. You might get, they only call it East Bengal, by the way. So does anyone think SC East Bengal will beat Blasters tomorrow? Not tomorrow, but in a couple of days. They can. Is that Sandy? Did you say they can? Yes, it's not too easy. What? Kerala Blasters to beat Kerala Blasters, or that's right. Do you know East Bengal? I think, and let me know if I'm right. If you think I'm right, I think beat East Bengal, you can't let them pass. Once they get into a pass, the passing triangles on the side, they're going to dominate the match. You have to disrupt their wing attacks, basically. I see Robbie Fowler has worked on the defense and attacking via the wings. And how they do it, they don't really blast forward. They kind of like creep forward in triangles. So you need to really disrupt the passing. And I think that I predicted 2-1 for Kerala Blasters, but after that, I think like the next game, probably East Bengal will probably win that, to be honest with you. Anybody that does not like Kerala Blasters, speak up now. You can speak up. That's okay. I don't think there's anyone who don't like. No one doesn't like. That's great. Okay, so you don't have to not like them, but to be fair, they've been playing well. When the first game against ATK, I don't know how they lost that. Literally, ATK played the worst I've ever seen a team. I've ever seen them play in all the reviews I've done on them. That was the worst. They had like one shot on goal. I could not believe it. So, and they play with a bit of swagger. They have actually the Australia A-League players who are very good, but SC East Bengal have that manager. It's like contrasting games. I think SC East Bengal will defend. I think they're going to have like 40% possession to 60% Kerala Blasters. And Kerala Blasters will get the opportunity. The problem is if they don't take it. SC East Bengal will score 1 goal. So go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. It was a lucky game. So what did you say? East Bengal's a lucky team? Raj is saying East SC East Bengal. Raj, are you a real fan? Because you're not saying SC before East Bengal. So I know that's a problem. Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't like the SC. You are an East Bengal fan, though. Oh, because I get killed when I don't say SC. People kill me for that. People be like, "No, I unfollow." Okay, fine. Anyway, Google doesn't care about SC. So East Bengal. That's going to be a match. So tonight there's going to be a match. Chennai need to win. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't. You know, I've got a couple of English people that are now supporting them. To be honest with you, but is anybody here? Yeah. Is anybody? Hi, Zeno. Like anybody here? Let me ask my live stream. I don't know. They say it's 5, but I'm pretty sure I got thousands. I mean, anybody know any Kerala Blasters fans outside Kerala? Does anybody know Kerala Blasters fans? Anyone in my YouTube? Do you know any Kerala Blasters fans outside Kerala Blasters? I mean Kerala. They're gonna take their time. Many. Verma says there are many. Verma, come in my. Your friend is from New Delhi and he goes from Kerala Blasters. Nice. That's good. I mean, to be fair, I think you guys should like and dislike each other a bit more. As in, like, don't dislike, but you have to understand if like for instance, no one like Goa. If Goa win the Asian Champions League, every single person in the world will then look up Indian football. That's how big it is. So you kind of have to, like Liverpool and Man United don't like each other. But if one goes to the final, a quarter of their fans will end up wanting them to do well because it suits you. The more Indian teams do well in Asia, the more teams you get to be in Asia. Australia have 4 or 3 teams that are in Asia. If you do well, you'll have like Blasters, Goa, City. Or how you doing, bro? Yes. What would you like to say? Hi. What team do you support? Ah, Kerala Blasters fan. You must be very happy how they turned it around because 1 week ago I was a bit worried for them. Yep. Um. Well, I heard that the mother of your manager didn't yet. Is it possible? Is it possible that that affected him in his coaching abilities? I mean, it's not a bad thing. He's just human. I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's the reason why he, you know what? He's Blasters, if they won their first game against 80K, you would literally be seventh at the moment. Yes. And you probably would have got more points going forward until now. The issue, BVZ's in the house, the issue is, Sid, is that the final pass, the only problem that you had for a long while wasn't even a defense, was the final pass between the midfield to the strikers. That was the only thing. And then all of a sudden, you had two problems. All of a sudden, I think a couple of players got injured. And then when a couple of players got injured, your defenders, can someone turn down the volume, please? Yeah, someone turn over. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's the 4-4-2. The 4-4-2 is the one. I tell you why. When you have three players up front, your three players need to be able to chase, run down, run back, and be they're already physical, but they're not nippy. As in, when they lose the ball, there's something called transition that you hear your other manager talk when he does his football review. Your old manager, do you watch him? Your old manager? Yes. Yes. So he basically, there's something called transition. And if you play too many people up front, which you did in a 4-3-3, that means that as soon as they lose the ball, there's three players immediately that doesn't play, that doesn't do anything for your team. So there's only basically the 4 and the 3. And if one of the 3 in the midfield is caught up front, then you're in a whole heap of trouble because you have the whole of the other team attacking and you don't have anyone able to get the ball off them. Liverpool play a 4-3-3 because Salah and Mane and Firmino, they can run. But you have Murray and Hooper. They're great. But yeah. Yeah. So who? Yeah, I know, but the problem is Hooper doesn't run. If you looked at his stats, if you've seen one of my videos, he doesn't run. Yeah, I know, but if you for instance, how can I explain it? It's not that he doesn't run. He's great with the ball. He's great in positions, but everyone has a good and bad. This is what football's all about. Some players, they're great when they got the ball, and some players, they're crazy and they can run around all day. And you have players that need the ball. That's why when you play a 4-2-2, you do better because you have one less player that's up there when you lose the ball. Does it make sense to you, Sid? I was screaming and shouting for 4-2-2 because you have two amazing players up front, but 4-3-3 doesn't serve you in any way. And Sahal needs to definitely improve. He's a bit improving. He's been getting the ball. He's been running around. He's been doing well. Just that little final touch in the finishing. I'd like to see him score maybe 2 or 3 goals by the end of the season, which I think he can. Yeah. No. Just send me a link. Don't forget this. Don't forget to send me a link. I'll definitely watch. Yes. Well, bro, he's won 2 games out of 11. He's drawn 6. In the last 5 games, there's no wins. So, you know, how many games? It's only 11 games that they gave him. That's it. It's still like this is what you guys have to understand. You're new to this. This probably doesn't happen in the I League, but this is going to happen a lot more now. For instance, they look at loss, draw, loss, loss, or draw, loss, 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 draw. They see win 2 games. They see 11. They see 6. Like to be honest with you, if I get what you're saying, it's just amazing that they're not lower. They do have an amazing like attacking. Like I liked how they play. I really do. Yeah. 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 Well, Ethan, who asked me the question? I explained to Raj. Well, one second. Who asked me the question? Raj. Okay. What's your goalkeeper for Blasters? Raj, I'm too smart, bro. I'm too smart. I'm staying. It's too long. Yeah, he's very good. I think that like Raj, chill, man, chill. Yeah, so I think he's an exciting player. I just don't understand that you don't have many like players that are Indian and playing up front. You don't have many upfront players, and yes. Yeah. Gary Hooper is a poor. Gary Hooper is a poor man's. Is a poor man's. He's a poor. He's a poor man's Wayne Rooney. Raj, I'm gonna have to ban you in a second, bro. Chill out. Yes. Go ahead. You mean Hooper's? That's. So why do you is Hooper got more money than Adam left from the? Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Oh, monetize. Yes, but I have to say it's it doesn't mean anything because I can't make enough even if I so for instance, if I had the reason why I don't do things for views is one reason. I'll be honest, because I'm honest. I need like 5 to 8,000 US dollars to live a life here. Right? So it doesn't matter. Like if I had a million viewers, I still wouldn't make enough money considering I got Indian viewers mostly, right? So because 1 million Indian viewers would be like 500. So it doesn't matter. Like I don't, I have it monetized, yes, but it doesn't affect me. As in, it doesn't do anything good or bad. $1.4. What do you mean? Talk to me about that. Yes. Yeah. Well, there's lots of ways to make money, but the way you can think about it is this: you need to get a base. For instance, I'm not hiding anything. The reason why I started with coming to Australia is because Raj, is that you, man? I'm one. All right. I'll see you at trading, bro. So no. It wasn't to do with you. I think one of my people I coach came into the chat, and Australians, they don't give a fuck basically. So they're cool though. I love them. Okay. You need to use an audience in order for you to use it to have leverage with a job or have leverage with a brand or any opportunities in the future, right? Because brand matters. So you're young. How old are you? There you go. If you did this for 5 years, at the end of it, you'll be able to use whatever name you built in order to get what you want. If you do it the right way. For instance, hopefully I give you guys enough value by the end of I get my A license in order to get everybody to, for instance, Mourinho is great. He's probably not worth the money that they pay for him, but he gets it because every time he goes to a press conference, millions of people watch him. So he's leveraged his fan base in a way. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, you're going to know. You're going to know. I'm not going to say now, but you will know February. Some people know it. So I'm not going to hide it, but I prefer to try to get. I get money now. So, and so B license, if I finish this year, then A next year. But I might do it in Singapore, depending. I don't know, but not this year. So I'm doing the B, and then next year I'll do the A. You have to get let in. That's why I left England, because sorry, go. No. You don't need. But I tell you why. Because when you're a coach, you have to go through so much studying. It's kind of like this. In big jobs, okay, Apple, yeah? So the person that runs Apple doesn't know how to make Apple computers because he has to manage. When you are a manager and a coach, a lot of your jobs is emailing, it's managing people. Like when you're a football player, you have to be able to manipulate the ball, listen to what the coaches say, but you don't tell anybody what to do. So there's a big difference in being a player and being able to get 22 fired up people to listen to what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes a skill. Do you have the skill? And for me, I know I've got this. I know I've got the skill because when I talk to people in coaching, they are low level. Like I talked about balance. I talk about um like game theory, optimal ways of playing football. You know, people like it goes over their head. You know, so me? No, I played in I played in Australia when I was younger. Then I went to England. Hello, so how are you? Jatin. Hey Jatin. That's the first time I've seen you, bro. Then I did a little bit of in England, like Stoke and Staffordshire, you know, Stoke. But I'm like I'm in my 30s now, so I didn't do anything after that, just the youth teams and stuff. And then I decided I could make more money doing other things. So no, absolutely not. Some players are aggressive. Some players are not. I think you're not aggressive enough. No, because because the way you got to look at it is this: their stature isn't like they're not they don't. Okay, for instance, you only played 20 games, right? People in Europe are built to play. Like if an Indian had to go to Europe, he would then get more aggressive as he goes forward. Because, for instance, like Sahal can do well if he was more aggressive. In like you, aggressive comes with not with understanding that losing is not an issue, not a thing. Like you will fight people. You will not lose. Do you know what I'm saying? That's where the aggression comes. And I think at the moment, the league, obviously, you don't want to lose, but it's not. As we do this, as we create a channel and there's fans and the fans get the. Because when I first came to do this channel, no one wants to say anything about Corella Blasters. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means, bro? Sid? So if you don't question your players, like I play badly, yeah, I lose like lots of games, and then you like, oh yeah, I support you, yeah, I support you, yeah, I support you. Okay, cool, you support me, great. I'm gonna go to my girlfriend and to my life and just live a life. But if you know that if I play badly and everyone here is like, Sahal didn't play good. He's not as good as he was last year, and everyone is saying that. I can guarantee you, there's either two ways you can go. You can either go down, which some players do, or you go and try harder. Like for instance, look at the way Arsenal fans like their team don't do well. They literally want to like say really bad things about their own team, and then they're forced to go because there's pressure. They live on social media. They understand. They know they can't get away with it. So when they go to training, they do better because there's pressure. Everything is to do with pressure. Some people like, you know, Ozil. Ozil doesn't care because he's won World Cups, he's won stuff. He doesn't care. He's like whatever. So there's no pressure on him. So everyone needs some pressure. Does that make sense? I sound like I'm Sahal bashing, but I really like his talent. I think that he still can turn it around. He still can do very well. One stack up the. Who was saying that? David. Okay, Div. So what did you say again? Can you say that again? Yes, I do think so. Even though I thought 4-4-2 was good. But the problem is, the issue is there. Do you think East Bengal have wingers to take advantage of that space in behind on the wings? If they do, that's a dangerous thing. But I think that Div, you're actually talking sense. So East Bengal, Robbie Fowler has fixed two things: the back line, and they don't attack down the middle. Okay, I explain to you why. When you attack down the middle, yeah, you create pressure, right? You create pressure on yourself. Does that make sense, Div? Because if you hold on to the ball, right, too long, then when people take it off you and you're in that midfield area, then the counterattack is heavy, and now you've made a mistake and there's only the defense to go. So what they've done is that they don't want to create any pressure on their back line, so they're attacking down the wings. But the problem with that is I didn't notice like a true winger. So they have to, how they get around it is they pass a lot. If you watch their game, they like try to pass and then they go to the side and they start passing in triangles. So by putting more, if you stack people in the midfield, you kind of stop the space and for them to enable to pass in triangles and get to the Blasters' defense. That's a good idea. And once you score one goal, you can really pile the pressure on. But you definitely need to, they definitely need lots of crosses. You can't like start shooting from God knows where, what I've seen Blasters do in the past. So what do you think? What do you think? Is that what you do? They play 3-5-2? Okay, guys, you guys let me know what you think about the coming games, and do you think this is what I think? I think that either Kerala Blasters or Kerala Blasters or SC Bengal, SC East Bengal are going to be. It's going to be the final day, and you're gonna have to win your last game in order for you to get fourth. I think one of them is going to be able to do that because I see Robbie Fowler's team doing well, and I see Kerala Blasters playing very good football. And if they can finish, then it's better football than I see Bangalore play. It's better football than I see Goa play. Northeast United got their manager fired. Bangalore don't have a manager. Chennai, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if they can do well. So, what does everyone think? Or is it gonna is the final day gonna look like this, where Goa is gonna come fourth, Hyderabad, who will miss out on top four? ATK MB doesn't look like they're gonna miss out, so it's Hyderabad or Goa. So it's gonna have to be Goa, you think? Oh man. East Bengal, well, I think it's a team effort, and it's Robbie Fowler, to be honest with you. But you have players, he would come in and he would be like the second coach. Does that make sense to you? So it's easier to listen to a player than it is to coach. So when Robbie Fowler talks to him and he's in the mix with the players, he can then tell people what to do. So in the fact that the communication has got better, probably not in the fact that like he's playing such like a beast. Does it make sense? Because they're all playing pretty good, to be honest with you. It's a team effort. It's not an individual effort. Defending is definitely not individual effort. All right, guys. Because their natural action is to attack. It seems to me that they've got a coach that loves to hold the ball and loves to attack. That's what it seems to me. And when you're going to do that, and you see, he might be a coach that believes philosophy before winning. I'm not. I'm a little bit of both. I like winning first and then philosophy second, which means he doesn't change the way he plays as much if you're winning or losing. And that's when you let one goal in and everybody flies forward to score. And you're like, doesn't matter. We're just going to keep playing our way. That's what's going to happen. And that's what's been happening. But I think that they're doing, they look good. I mean, they look good. They've got some swagger about them. Raul's just, if he can keep fit, he's amazing. Sahal, I think he needs a week off. And he needs a week off. And then I think he needs a week off and he needs to like do some shooting training. I think there's so much pressure on him at the moment. He just needs, I think I would put him on the bench to make sure that he understands that this is not a game. But I would put him on. Like, I would literally, it works. If you see Mourinho does it, he does it for Dele Alli. He doesn't care. And the thing is, he's a very good player, Yosahal. So you need to get the best out of him. If you don't, it's going to be like one of the biggest talent in Asia wasted. He's definitely a talent, 100%. He's got all the skills. He just needs to understand when to let the ball go. That's all. Does anyone want to say anything about anyone unhappy about their team? You got 2 minutes, then we go. Yeah. Pereira. He's a attacking midfielder, right? I think I gave him a 7 once. I think he was inefficient in one game, but he can be really good. Like when he's on his game, he can be really good. But I saw him play and he was quite inefficient, and I don't know why. Because he's a confidence player. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you? And that confidence players are good, but when it's going against you, it's terrible. What do you think about him? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, one second. Let me see what I gave him. Oh yeah. Because Pereira, but you're conceding because of Pereira. Did you say chances? Yeah, because he needs to be the one. It's like this. if you played against somebody and all he does is create chances but doesn't shoot or anything like that, and when he shoots, it's not the best, then it's easy to defend. He needs to take it on himself sometimes. Does that make sense? He's just one-dimensional, which means looks good on YouTube, looks good on Instagram, except that it's not very, he needs, like, it can't just be Murray. It can't just be Murray. You can't just go, So Pereira really needs to step it up. This is it. If you don't step it up, you're not going to be able to make the playoffs. I still think they can. And if I had a bet and someone gave me like 5-1, I think they could do it. But they're not far behind. It's when I have to like splash myself with water every time I have a look at the league standings. You got 9 points. Goa got 4. If you win the next match, you're 2 points behind 4. If you win the next match and everybody doesn't do well, you're in the hunt. So, I think I do believe in your coach. I do believe. I was unsure. I don't like how he answers questions, to be honest with you. So, he's just so placid. But I saw his anger the other day, which I like. I was really happy. BVZ doing jokes. BVZ, how come you don't say nothing, bro? Let me know. I know you have some fire words. Give me some fire words, BVZ, before we go. I didn't even understand what they said, BVZ. Yes, this stream is live, Ashen. Kumar, you in the thing? Yeah, Kumar. What is up? What do you think? Firstly, what's your official team you support? Oh yes, Kumar. Is that you? No, that's fine. Why don't you put Football Sports as your Zoom name though? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So why didn't you introduce yourself? Because I will be putting this on YouTube, and you probably will be putting it on YouTube as well. So wow, everybody, this is the true Indian football creator. I quite like him. So if you don't watch me, definitely watch him. Zeno, do you oh, so you know what we should do? If you're doing a watch along, we should do one where like I'll support like the opposite team. But yeah, I know. So we'll do something that affects. I think definitely we should do something where we'll talk about like a podcast, and we'll accept some of these people, right? So it's I think it's a future. What I'm here for, guys. I tell you what I'm here for. YouTube. If you're not on my Zoom, I tell you what I'm here for. I'm here for a culture shakeup. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to change your whole way of thinking. You guys love Kerala. You guys love Goa or everybody, but it doesn't mean that you don't have to say what you have to say. It's not that you hate someone. It's kind of like teaching your friend how to do something And if you don't teach them, they're not going to learn. But it's, so your team doesn't play well, and you're just letting him, whoever the player, if Pereira doesn't score the easy chance, you're like, oh yeah, but it doesn't matter. He's a good guy. It's not about being a good guy. It's about, yeah, but I'm here to change that. I'm here to change that. So what do you think? Mm. It's funny he went off. Is it funny? Is it weird how he went off and you scored goals? Yeah. Mm. Yeah. So it was still odd how he came off, and then you scored more. What the other things that you can think of is they just underestimated you, and fresh legs. Did you say Raul came on? Did you just say that? Yeah. So he's like, he's so talented. He's so talented and fast. So it makes sense that, they thought, you know what, we're going to win this match now. We're just going to take it easy. And all of a sudden, the I did. I did. I did. If you look at my thing, I did. I knew you were going to win. Um, so the one against SC East Bengal is probably your hardest game. I reckon it's your hardest game. That's not the top two teams. It's the hardest game that you'll have. It's the most important game, because if you firstly, if you don't want to come bottom or bottom two, you need to beat them. If you're not going to do well later on, and if you want to have a chance at top four, you have to stop this team, because this team will definitely win against other teams. I see a trajectory where they're doing very well now, and other teams are lacking behind. That's what I see. It could change, but I don't know. How many get? Really? Hmm. Hmm. I'm just going to read some YouTube comments. So, Raul says, "Are you reading YouTube comments, bro? I'm reaching you. I'm reading them now. Proxy EU, can you let me in? All right. But any of my naughty players try to disrupt this beautiful football talk. You get kicked out in 1 second. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, just had to give that. Honestly, I don't think the management goals is playoffs this ISL. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, like you just have to Jatin how to beat 4-4-2 for Kerala. I'm not. Well, I think they should play it. I think the other option, like Div said, was 5-3, 3-2, 3-5-2. But changing the system could be like detrimental to your health, to be honest. Calvin, opinions about Costa? Beast. The guy's a beast. That's all I have to say. Like you don't want to meet him in the dark alleyway. If you're a player and you think, you know what, you're a defensive player, and then he comes to your team and you're thinking, I'm going to be on the bench now. Like that's literally what I think about him. So go ahead. Go ahead. Literally, I'm not going on like the bandwagon of Blasters, but I'm going on the bandwagon of SC East Bengal and Blasters, and any team that is not in the top four. I think you need to put pressure by telling each. I think that. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I think here's the thing. Robbie Fowler said that some Indian players, and I don't know if he meant Indian or the people in the team, they weren't getting it's like he said it's like they've never been coached before. And for him to say that, and I want to know, did he do that to put pressure or did he really mean it? I don't think he actually meant it. I think he was frustrated. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. So you go. Yeah. You know what, right? Like, I think everyone underestimates how like everyone underestimates how well coaches and the manager can change the teams in these particular leagues. In these particular leagues, and like the big culprit for this is actually like Pep Guardiola. He actually says it. He's like, well, managers are like um caddies in golf. All they do is give the clubs, but that's not actually true because when you can physically and mentally get people ready and understand what they should be doing, it's like your mind. It's like getting It's like getting tutored when you're struggling in school and someone's sitting down and explaining to you how to do things. It's like it's like a rocket has been like attached to the car and you're just flying. And that's basically what East Bengal is. I've said that if you're not going to do it, but if you look at what I've said, I've seen how he made a Brisbane rubbish. Brisbane were crap. And then I saw their game and I was doing something and I was watching and I was like, God, that's like the worst team ever. Like I can't even imagine an ISL team playing as bad as I saw Brisbane play. And then I later learned that that was Robbie Fowler's first game. And then where he got them to was amazing. They would end up being beasts in defending and not being able to. It's hard to be beaten. And when you have Bright in there, you're able to do that same task, as in like defend, pass it to a guy who can do stuff. The thing is, I don't think Bright is like the mad end product. He has things about him that I see lazy, and he sometimes is not switched on. That's my opinion. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely. He's quality. I'm not saying that. You see, the thing is with me, I like to always push how far we can talk about players. It doesn't matter. That's how you you get a culture of not. You see, you can tell, bro, how I want my players, right? Because I'm never happy. Or maybe that's a bad thing, but I always want players. I want Bright to be better, and if he can fix a couple of things about him, is his concentration levels. You look at him and sometimes he's not 100% there, but then he's got the quality. Once the ball touches his feet, That's it. He's very dangerous, and I think that's easy for Blasters to stop though. I think he's one of the only problems they have. If they can stop the ball going into him, then I think Blasters can win 2-1. I think I say that they're going to win 2-1. Coordination. It's okay. So the big. Mm, yeah. Yeah. So so uh, Kumar, like, so I'll teach you something if you don't know. I'm pretty sure you know. One of the big things, one of the like if you ever play Manchester City, right? One way to stop to not get battered is to do something that's very counterintuitive. Okay, so if you have when you're trying to pass the old style, you know when you see defenders pass between each other. Yes, yes. So, actual fact, the correct way to play against that is you have to press them, or you have to get a player in the middle of them, so you block the passing lane and you force the ball to one side, right? So if you exactly, so what happens is that when Corella plays a passing game, if they're not passing um with some form of an idea what to do, then they're passing for passing sake. It is possible that the other team traps them into a bad pass. Does it make sense? And that's the only thing that I think they have an issue with at the moment. Maybe they passed for no reason and they pass back and then they get themselves into trouble, like you just said, right? So like so if you watch them, I've got I've got the I've got the I've got the stats here. It's 10 games, 2 wins, 3 draws, which I think and 5 losses, which I think the one loss should have been a win or a draw at least. I think that your real score should be your real points should be 10 points. I don't think it should be 9, but there you go. That's football. Um, you let in 19 goals and you scored 13. But in the 19 goals, you've had games where you've been beaten badly. And I think you've had like people that wasn't meant to be in defense. Like, I think your second option of defenders are like worse than my team here that I have, to be honest with you. Like, literally that bad. Your first option is top quality, but your second option is, oh my God. I'd be worried if you ever get injured. If Costa's ever injured, I'd be like, oh God. Oh yeah. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they have to work in their passing, but I get it. I get it. I get what you're saying. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Who you talking about again? Sorry, who you talking about again? Bangalore. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they haven't played great. No, they're not. It's like oh, they are one of the best clubs in Indian football. Unfortunately, they are. 4 points behind Kerala Blasters and 3 points behind East Bengal. If the dreaded things happen, if the worst thing in your world happens in 2 days' time and East Bengal does beat Kerala Blasters, they will go from an I League from nowhere to equal with Bangalore on points. So, and with, yeah. Yeah, it does. So yeah, so that's crazy. I think Goa. When is Goa gonna play in the Champions League? It's next. It's next season, isn't it? Next Champions League, isn't it? Okay, that's a bit weird. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So would you be going? Would you be going for Goa? Obviously, not going for Goa, but you would be supporting supporting their success, not them, right? Support. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you, yeah, you just have to you know what they should do, Goa? They should have a third kit, and they should literally it be this. It's the kit they wear in the Champions League, so they can allow other people to support them because it's like a new kit, right? So it's a bit easier. You see a lot of English teams, they do that. They have for different Champions League, they'll have a kit that means nothing, like some randomly gold kit. Look at Man United with their tiger print that they have. Yeah, it's like a mind trick. Oh, are you? Yeah, you must be very happy. So, yeah, I mean, Sean Dyche, dude, I, I don't. I just it's. Do you know what? In football, there must be progression. I get it. They're not a team to do well. They're not a team. They're not. Their team is poor or whatever. But it's still, you can't be 15 years just, oh, we survived. Oh, we survived. I tell you what, bro. One of my last things I'm gonna say is that I would rather be a coach that tries to go for wins and as well plays like that when you need to. But you can't be like that every year. I don't even know how these people get jobs. This is how I know I'm gonna do well. I know I'm gonna do well because the way they play, it's like they don't invite any pressure. But in order to do that, they kick the ball up the pitch all the time. It's like watching your school team play football with an idea of how to defend. It's ridiculous. You can do that sometimes. You don't do that every game. It would be interesting to see Sean Dyche's team against Mumbai City. They would beat Mumbai City, obviously, but it's just once you get into a routine of just defending 80k. I don't like how. Do you like 80k MB way of playing? David, did you say something? Did you say you like David? Did you say Dave? Did you say you like 80k MB? David, did you have what what team do you support? You David, that you're quality, man. You're great. I mean, you need people like you. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's very European. Well, it's good. So as long as you don't support the teams that are directly You can't like 80k MB. They're so crap. I'm sorry. I don't know how this. I get it. They have like some animal up front, Krishna, right? He's just animal. But like, oh my god, you know what it's about? It's about getting this pod, your one, my one, everybody else's one, to be a big podcast, and we'll all have, and then when I'm a coach, I'll go to like the Star Network and get them to pay us to go to like or to do it, to do this. I'm telling you, if you build a big thing, anybody who has a YouTube channel, if you build, it doesn't know about the money now. It's about if you build a big audience that has like people listening. Listen, there's in about a couple of years' time. What's up, Zubin? Hi, just going back in and out. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, but Kuma, am I saying it right? Basically, the problem is that your league doesn't run long, right? Your league doesn't run long, so that's why I was able. Yeah, yeah, but that's how I was able to grow BVZ. That's how I was able to grow so quickly because no one was. I literally, you don't even know. I sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Mm, yeah, yeah. Did you? Oh, that's great. See, this is what you need. No, you know what? There is no English culture. There is where you are in terms of the world. It's all the same. It's just that the culture here is a little bit, it's growing in its own little world. But one day, obviously, I'm going to be a mad coach or dead. So somebody here will be a big we'll do a watch along and we'll have so many people. What you don't know and what you miss out is that United Stand and the other people that have left United Stand, they have huge Indian following. There's a guy, what's his name? I forget his name. He's yeah, he's great. No, what's his name? Uh, Expressions brother. You know Expressions? You know his brother? Oh well, he's the top. There's a Tottenham guy. His brother does like a United. He hates Ollie. He has like quarter Indian supporters, but I don't know if they're from India. But it's big. So you make a big thing. You make your big everybody like, yeah, David James. I love David James, except that he screwed me one time when he let a goal in against Man United. How did he screw Corella Blasters? Yep. So he got the money. Yep. Do you know what I've been getting? Yeah. Yeah. Berbatov. Berbatov is a funny person, man. Long ball. It's how did he do? Okay, 3 seasons. Where did he come? Yeah. Where did he come first? Did he come first? Oh, so he. Yeah, but where did he come? Like third or second? Mercury. Yeah, sorry, go. What's up, La S? Yeah. By the way, everyone, La S and Tom, they won. They won. Yeah, and it's the prices is going up. I'm just waiting for PayPal, so you don't have to worry about that. Everything is all good. The S, yeah. Um, I'm gonna read a little bit. David James. Yeah, go ahead. David James is the most look. He got paid as a foot. Look. First of all, let me say this because if I'm big in the future, I don't want to get enemies. Let me say, I'm sure he's a lovely guy. He comes across very lovely. Yeah, and probably a good friend. But I heard that he made all this money and he went broke because he bought artwork that didn't do too. um. Oh my days. I, I, Kuma, actually, Kuma, I gave. I gave you a good idea of your next uh eh, investigative story. How David James went broke, selling art with his art, buying crappy artwork. No, yeah, but then like Karela Blasters say like giving him money so he doesn't have to be broke. So that's a nothing wrong with being broke, by the way. Well, how did the other guy do? Is it Carilla? I can't pronounce his name, but it's Carlos or something like that. How was he? Good. Yeah. And by the way, what David James just ran away, basically. I mean, okay. So everybody on YouTube, there's not many people compared to what it was before, but I can understand who would want to watch 5 hours of me talking about David James. So um sorry, Elias. What do you Yeah, Steve Coppell, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, that's like me. I'm not calm, but I don't celebrate goals. Yeah. You know what, guys? Just to let you know, I think because everybody does their own thing. Divba, right? And Les. This is like this. What we're doing is like starting a new football team. Yeah. So we're obviously everywhere. We have to, but I think that we could. What if you pick a couple of people and we do this like weekly? This can actually be good for you guys if you have, your YouTube channels, because if you show your faces in the future, it could actually be good. Don't have to do it today, but think about it like you're competing with the other people's content, and you're younger, so eventually you can take over. A lot of people are doing it. They're older, so I think you get the young base of players, and I think that maybe we should be doing this in the future. Would you guys at least put in your face up like a random picture or a football? What do you think, Elias? Yeah, the next minute you guys would be the next. I'm telling you, media companies, yeah, believe it or not, BVZ, yeah, I will support you, mate. I will support you. But you don't want to talk. Media companies pay. Now I don't care because I get money here and I've already I'm doing okay. But for you guys, wouldn't it be good if like Star decided, you know what? They want to like pay you guys to do something. That's why if you do it with me, yeah, I know, but that's what you think. There's media companies out there that will pay a lot of money for people who they think, yeah, yeah, but they still will pay. They're still okay. For instance, no one will pay, but who's paying for your commentary people? Do you know what I'm saying? There's still a budget. These teams, you're not thinking correct. Like Troops, they pay him like I think 300,000-400,000 pounds a year to go to America. Like all he does, he's not got a big following. Do you know what I'm saying? He doesn't. It's not about whether people care or don't care. It's whether they okay. For instance, they don't want other people to get you. So when you get big enough, Kuma, when you get big enough, you have like these media companies that make sports, and only one of it is football. But like they don't have a football person, so they'll go to you. You know, you don't know. Like, what if Goa wins Asian Champions League? Then there's two, and eventually there's two Indian teams, and then one day India goes and does well in some Asian championship, or even make a World Cup. You know what I'm saying? You go from being a no one to being getting more money that you can get than you can get in 10 years in 1 year. See, this is how I want to give you advice. If you don't know, you've got to, I know you're in school, guys, but if you have to plan what, your life eventually. I don't know what you're going to do, but like I left home when I was really young. So you got to plan it. Like, okay, like what's the point of doing something apart from just being like loving what you do? You've got to be like, you know what? Like that's the difference between me and other coaches. I don't go into coaching thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna coach my local team, and maybe I'll get a job in the A League." Bro, I was in the A League. I'm gonna put it on um my community tomorrow because you don't get notifications today. My job and my intern and my job at the Melbourne Victory, and I left that place for another opportunity that I thought that was better. So sometimes you've got to think, I'm just not going to be like I don't want to be a C, like a C player in a big club. I want to be an A player. So sometimes you have to think yourself as an A player. You're saying people don't care about Indian football, but then start like Indian football showing on Australian TV, it's showing on English TV, it's showing on Canadian TV, it's showing on in American TV. You know how many Indians are? So, yeah, but I tell you what, Kumar, I will do a little bit of a one-way bet with you. A one-way bet. There will be somebody. We'd probably be gone. You'll be doing something else, or you're probably doing football. Whoever's doing watch-alongs, an Indian person doing watch-alongs, because he'll be doing both European and Indian as well. He'll be getting. There's going to be someone on like 400,000 in like 5 years, and they're going to be getting like 6,000 people in one go. Yes, that's right. Yeah, but what happens is it yeah. But what? Yeah, but it's like, but Kumar. Then sorry guys, and in my YouTube, we're talking about Indian football, but like not about the teams because I really want to get into Kumar. I don't want it to be negative. You're talented. You have to understand, Kumar. When you say that, you have to see the opportunity. Obviously, they're not going to give it to you, so you have to tap into it. Who like for instance, United stand like, look, I think he's great, so no problems there. But who would think that the guy don't watch the guy only watches football? He's quite funny. He's not. He's quite entertaining, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He's not in the football industry, but people want to watch him. He gets like a million views sometimes, right? He gets like 200,000 people watching him in one go, like, and that's a random person. So it's like if I were to tell you 6 years ago that a random person that supports Nottingham Forest is the biggest Man United channel apart from Man United, everyone would laugh. If you see that you get El Clasico matches in India and it's big, it's up to you to tap in the market. And the problem here is, and I get it. Look, let me tell you something, guys. I'll give you a bit of like marketing stuff that I understand. Everybody, I'm new. Literally, like before May, I don't think I even was around because I was just like, whatever. I have like random things that I tried to do, like random, but it didn't work. But once I figured it out, it started to work. And you have to understand that if there is a market, they will watch you, but it takes time. I get people now. What's up, Hanzino? I get people now that say like, "Oh, but if you do this, you'll be more popular." Then I ask them, "Have they got a YouTube channel?" They're like, "Yeah, they quit 4 times." It's the whole problem in the society is people aren't patient enough. You guys need to be super patient. and you need to eat at it, and you need to do well. And slowly, those people that watch El Clasico, they will watch you. But they will watch you. Firstly, they'll watch you once a month, then 2 times a month. Look at me. Random, like I plug away. I'll even like live stream to like 4 people. It doesn't matter because I know in the end, like a bunch of people that don't want to say hello because they just pop in for what, like a minute and go away. Next week they say hello to me and my views go up and up and up little bit by little bit. But I don't have the right to like say, oh, I'm going to be huge. No, it's slowly. I guarantee you I'm going to be at 10K eventually, like quite quick. So you can do El Clasico, but you have to be positive. And one way to do it is I want everybody who wants to be on my Zoom, or I'll be on their Zoom, but without faces. So hopefully me and you can do one with faces soon. What do you think? We'll just pick 50 topics and like if you want to get in there, you just have to be beasting the conversation, right? HM, please let me in. Yeah, whatever you have to come up with your opinion. Whatever you feel like you support Blasters, right? So you tell me how do you think that you'll beat East Bengal tomorrow? I mean, next day. Yeah? Okay. So you will. Okay, guys. Kuma, how do you think this went, bro? Well, don't. Yeah, exactly. This is Kuma. Now we're gonna realize how hard it is to just join a team. This is like a team. This is kind of like joining a new football team, and we have no idea what positions we're playing, right? Because we're like, but you know, I can see it growing. I think, but everybody needs to not be scared to show their faces, because if we can't show people's faces, then people. I know. So do you watch that, Laius? Yeah, put it in the chat, man. Okay. Can you go on my? Yeah. Okay. I'm put you on my Obviously, I'll try to do my best thumbnail, which everybody knows that's probably my weakest. I have a whole team. Shout out La S. Shout out BVZ. Shout out Technique. These guys work. They do amazing work. And Kuma, I'm telling you, bro. I want you to text me one day and you go, oh my God, someone just got paid by one of the networks to talk about Indian football. And this guy wasn't even on the radar in 2020. He's some young upstart from probably like, yeah, like La S. La S is going to be the next troops, giving him like 50,000 American dollars a year to like talk about football. Yeah. Are you mad? Are you? Of course it's possible, but you have to talk about every kind of football. Okay. I'm going to let these people in and then we're going to ask them. Everybody, if you have your say, you can say whatever you want to say, and I'm going to put it on my channel. It's going to be all cut. Not everyone's going to get in, so just let me know. Come on, boys. You give me your opinions. This is how it works. I give you a lot of my... Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I know. Any opinions? You can turn on live video, yeah? All right. I'm going to end it soon because there's going to be, well, hi Gazina to everyone. It's 12 o'clock. Coach, if I start a football channel, would you support me by giving your views and your opinions? I have a channel with around 1,300 subs. Well done. Why have you stopped? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. F in Melbourne. I live next to the cricket ground. If I know you know, yeah, I can see MCG from here. Let me see if I can I can see MCG. I know you see. You know what's so funny? I know you secret people like cricket just secretly. I know it. I know if I started good. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Good. You know what? I think I like Raul. Who is the winger? Is it for JFC? Like, there's a guy who did a Figo when he went in and out, and shot and scored. Oh yeah, that guy's a beast. He is a beast. So you should just. I don't understand why India don't put those two up front. Just put those two up front. If I played, okay, so if I was your Indian coach, I would play basically I would play like 80. Like if you want to qualify for the next whatever. What's the next thing to qualify for that you can actually qualify? Asian Cup. So do you ever qualify for it? I've never seen you guys there. How did you do? I think you should. Do you know what? Like you have. I wouldn't, because you don't have an out and out striker, right? I don't notice one. Do you have an out and out ISL striker for India? Yeah, I know Sono, but he's getting older. That's the problem. How many goals has he scored this season? So I'll put him up front with Liston on the left, Raul on the right. Ah. Yeah. I think in like here's the thing, right? If you look at Manchester, like I'm gonna say something. If you look at Manchester City, yeah, you watch them, yeah. They don't they don't have their strike. I don't. Yes, they don't. No, one of their best players is English, the little one. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so they don't have out and out strikers like you would think they should. They have people like they played they put De Bruyne in a striker position. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what but that's not. He's not a striker either. He's not like an out and out striker. He's more like a Liston, right? My point to you is you are looking at the wrong way. You're like looking at like how the old people would be doing strategy. The old coaches, you're looking at it the wrong way. If Pep Guardiola took over your team, he wouldn't even give a fuck. He'd be like, can you dribble? Can you pass? Can you shoot? He wouldn't care about strikers. You would just go, can you shoot? Can you pass? Can you run? Can you run back? That's the only things you need to know. Then you create a system. Liston is definitely good enough. Kraul was definitely good enough. So you have somebody that plays in a false nine around those two, and then all the rest of the team have to work like animals. Is that a good word? I don't know if that's a good word, but it's not bad in England. You have to work like crazy. You have to do the hard dog work, like the hard graft. Everybody has to basically close down the spaces, don't invite pressure, and you kind of have to play like how Tottenham play with Son and Kane. You trust them to be the people to break the other teams down. And that means that the other teams can't really beat you 4-1 because your team are just doing 80K and just defending like mad, right? That's what I would do. Like, if you really want to be successful, you have to think that way, or you have to build the team. But building a team is hard. If you want to build the proper team to dominate, boy, you could be 50 years here. You could be 100 years here. You don't know. But if you want to build a team to win, you have the players. I watch them every day. You have the players to beat the other Asian teams. You can't tell me South Korea have an amazing team. They don't. They don't. None of their team, a couple of players play overseas, and that's it. So, India have a good chance. Yeah. Kumar hates old players, by the way. Yeah. It's 3 or 4 years is a long time. You have to look past that guy. That I love Chetri, your guy, but like he's getting on a bit now. Oh, 28 seconds. That's amazing. What is up, guys? So, Krishna, yeah, he's played for his country though. No, your government won't allow. Anyway, I told you don't need. Like, if I was your coach of India or giving advice to the coach of India, like I was like assistant of his assistant. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's the thing. I always say to you, you guys are that this is where wars happen, where belief system happens between how you want to play and want to win. And then, like, it's if you want to play well, then you have to build the team like you're saying with proper strikers. But if you want to win, you can win. I think India should be. They need to develop the 16-year-olds to keep doing well, but they need their adult team to stop. Like, you guys are, you could be a superpower, but you don't see it. You don't see it. But you need to play to your strengths. You only need 3 in a billion people over the next 10 years. What's up, bro? From Nigeria? I don't know, but I'm about to remove. I don't know, but he's funny. Good. Thanks for watching, bro. See you in the chat. I have no idea. Um, but um, but like you just have to understand it. Like that's why like you have coaches. But if your coaches don't tell you the right things, you're in big trouble because they like a lot of coaches want to sell you the dream of playing well, and then they're saying, "Oh, look, we played well, but we lost." What are you gonna do? England's not gonna stop making good players. Nor is France. Nor is Brazil. Nor is Argentina. Even though you beat Argentina, right? So, other teams, it's a pipe dream, which means it's a dream that you can never get to of creating a team that plays beautifully. Not even Germany plays beautifully. Germany doesn't play beautifully at all. They play very machine like, in fact. So you need, yeah, yeah. But if you want to have that kind of guy, you're gonna wait 50 years. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to create a system around. Sorry, you need to create a system around the players you already have that is able to win on paper. That's the issue. So you only like okay. So for instance, we'll like if you see like Mourinho, you have to. What I'm trying to tell you is you have to play like an 80K way of playing. Even though I just told you I hate the way they play, but you need to, that's the style. You need to that style. You don't need a hold. You don't really need a hold up play. You need to be able to attack as a group. You know. Yeah. Oh, I thought the American guy took the absolute piss, by the way. He should be a mortal enemy. Mm, mm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like that's why you have to have good coaches. You need good coaches and mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So like like if you see a theme here, like you can tell I'm a coach because I only try to solve the problems you have and not care about what you can't do. So that's good because we're creators and we like to talk about things, but when something's wrong, you can't do anything about it. What can you do with the players you have? You need a system. So how you create a system is easy, but you need that's what's the hardest thing though. I have to go to my job and I have to get like so I also coach women's. So I tell them I can't make them attack like Barcelona, but I can help them defend like their peak Chelsea by teaching them over and over and over what to do. So a lot of it is if you lack the players need coaching. And then what happens then is you only need two players in a team that are able to attack because seven players defend like crazy with the understanding. Look what Fowler did to SC. Yeah, it's true. Are you telling me that there's no what can you do about that? Well, it should be. It should be important. I mean, but you're just. Do you know what it is? It's so unfortunate. What's the average wage in India for you guys when you leave school? And don't tell me if you work for Amazon head office or something like that. That's just unrealistic. What's the average normal wage that you're gonna get? Like $400 a month, maybe 500. Yeah, I mean, the reason why education is good there because you have to get a good job to get good money. You know, people who work in McDonald's here. I'm gonna do a vlog. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna see one day. Yeah. But Iceland did well. Iceland have no one. they don't even. That's my point. That's my point. They play, but they play atrociously. As in, like they play very good, and they're all organized. But it's like you wanna jump off. You wanna jump off a building if you were their like striker, right? Because like you don't get much chances. So, yeah. I mean, that's how you should look. That's my opinion. Anyway, maybe we'll wrap it up like that. But that's my opinion on these things. If you just need to find the players, like in the end of the day, I don't think that a lack of games is a big deal. I don't. If a players are good, their players are good. They're going training anyway. They're playing like what's a professional in ISL? 5 days a week? These are the things that coaches like to look at Man City players. They don't play for God knows how long. They come on the pitch and they start destroying some random Burnley team. You know what I'm saying? If you're good, you're good. You just maybe need to plan around your players not playing. Like maybe whoever's the Indian coach needs to send them an email and say, look, I want you to do this when you're not actually training for your team so they can learn how to play. Yeah. Yeah. Best of, do you know what? Yeah, I still have a problem with everyone hating Drogba. Pogba is sick. Anyway, people hate Pogba for some reason, and I'm scratching my head. I'm scratching my head every time. I'm like, what? I get it. He sometimes gives the ball away, but he's so great. He's so great. He's the reason they're doing so. He's so great. Every touch, he just, you know, he's so good that he he gives balls that you're like, oh, that ball is not gonna. Oh shit, that ball just got to the man. He gives balls that are like doesn't seem to be getting there, and then deft touches. I swear. Oh man, yeah, it's true. Do you know what's funny, guys? I end up getting in 3 or 4 years, I end up getting a job in India, and then like I'm your friends, yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's gonna be like I lose 3 matches. Coach technique is crap. Get this guy out. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But that's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Oh, by the way, I'm going to do a couple of. I'm going to try anyway to do a couple of documentaries. So I'll do one on your main strike, Sahal, then your other striker. I can't pronounce the other striker's name. Sunil. Yeah, Sunil Chetty. Then I'm going to do one on the ISL. I'm gonna talk about it basically. I'm gonna tell them in the next couple of weeks. Oh, okay. I am. I'm got like okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a season, and I'm gonna vlog my C and B. Like I've already done the C license in Europe, but Australia are trying to be extra and telling me that because they don't recognize it or some rubbish like that. Yeah, already done. I already got the book here somewhere. My girl cleaned my plate. Wait a minute. But I've got it, but I have to do the AFC C and B this year. I'm booked. Okay, so what for AFC B? But what is AFC Pro like? No, hold up. No, okay, so there's like level. You have I saw your one. It's like community, village, and then it's like C. You do it like 3-2-1 or something. No, because like A is not pro. A is A, and there's pro. Okay, but there's A. There's A before. But if that costs $2,000, I'm flying over next year because it doesn't cost. It costs a lot more. My one costs 2,000. My one. So B costs 2,000. Yeah, but you guys are super sick on grammar, and very because you know they must have very high standards to who to pass it. I think that's the problem. Maybe they don't want to pass anyone. So. Mm. Yeah. So to hire me on like the off season, as I mean I get paid anyway, but to if someone wants to hire me, it's like minimum if I'm friendly $45 an hour minimum. I have done one recently for a player that needed really big help, and I just like nope, I'm not doing it. So I did one for a guy because his dad like really like called me and say, "Can you help me?" So for about $25 an hour, but I like literally did 1.5, and I was done. I was like, nope, I can't do this. So yeah, my fees are minimum about $50 an hour, like probably around there. So, and that's being kind because I don't want to send people bust. I don't want to charge too much. So other people charge more here. So you can understand quickly how you could easily earn a wage of like $6,000, right? So no, I do coach people from the club that want to do extra extra one-on-ones. And I do coach if people want to know on off season, because you have off season here, right? So when my club is dormant because of COVID, right? I set up a thing where people, parents would contact me, and I've been getting inundated. That's where I am. When you don't see me for God knows how long. No, that's not it. That's not it. No, no, that's not it. At 12 o'clock. I don't care. It's sorry, bro. Go ahead. England, London. London is to live. London is way more expensive than Melbourne. To buy to buy fruit and stuff. For instance, I have two swimming pools in my apartment. I got two gyms. My lifestyle is amazing. But if I was to have this lifestyle in London, I would need to make actual Chelsea football coach's wage. And I'm talking about proper, like, I'm talking about I would need like 8,000 US dollars a month. Yeah. I know, man. You people are lucky. You people are very, well, you live at home. You got, most of you live at home anyway. So, GG, everything is free. You guys live it. An Apple. Everyone wants me to do Instagram. That's probably Kuma. He's gone. I'm gonna do, yeah, I'm gonna like do comparisons. So maybe what we could do is we can play, like, I'll go in comparison one, and then you comparison how much apples are, and then we'll put that together. That'd be a funny one. Apples here. Okay, all right. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Before I go, apples here are about $1 an apple. So $1. All right, guys, that sounds good from all of us. I don't know how I'm gonna edit. I tell you what, I tell you what, right? Get rich quick and buy as many property as you can, because I'm telling you now that in 7 or 8 years' time, you can buy a property for $5,000 now, but in 7 or 8 years' time, the same property is going to be worth 50 to 70. My name is Coach Technique. That is my advice, life advice. And oh, by the way, let me just took an ISL before we go. Let me give my advice. So everyone, so I think Corella is going to win 2-1. I think what's today's match? I can't even find it. Odisha. Man, it's probably going to be a boring draw, right? I reckon it's going to be a boring draw. Yeah, that's right. All right. My name is Coach Technique. See ya. Bye. Bye. Yo, if you thought I forgot, let me read some YouTube things out. Nash, please. Please what, bro? Admit all, please. Admit all. Sorry, Nash. The thing is, right? We were getting right to the end. Next time, BVZ, I'll support you, bro. I don't know why you stopped. Why? I remember one day you told me like you didn't want to do the channel. You said I want to do the channel or something. But I think that's a big mistake, bro. Okay, bye, coach. Bye, everyone. Take care. Odisha to win 20-0. No, Odisha to win 4-0. Put some pressure on the blasters. Play it. Fans. Oh, Siri, coach, if you get a chance to coach Northeast United, listen, give me 3 years, and then you can start bidding for me. Then I'll win it, and then everybody else will be super upset. BVZ. What do you mean? What do you mean? Zeno, the man that drops in and out. Zeno, you should be a false nine. You like popping in, then popping out. That's what false nines do. BV said, you said something about a YouTube channel. No wonder why you people know. I need a green screen, boys. I need something. Someone make me a green screen. And then when my PayPal works out, I can give you a little bit of something. But it needs to be good. I don't want any kind of green screen. Oh, Zeno. Yo, that's why Zeno is like all gangster. Because he has 1.3 like some boss. Of course, everybody go to... It's only now. Everybody go to Zeno. We can. Zeno, we do a watch long one day, bro. We do a watch long, but I need to see your face. I can't do anything without your face. That is right. Less football. Just to let you know, guys, my name is Coach Nick. If you are new, definitely subscribe. This is the fastest growing non-Indian Indian football channel you know. All right. And who knows? I might just play some cricket and bowl some people out for banter. All right. Take care, guys.